From its humble beginnings, football has captured the hearts of millions worldwide. From simple dirt fields to massive stadiums, this sport has spread to become a truly global phenomenon. Over the years, football has witnessed the rise of clubs that have become symbols of excellence, carrying a history filled with achievements and inspiring stories. In this series, we take you on a journey through time to discover the greatest football clubs in the world. We will uncover their rich history, review their remarkable achievements, and celebrate their legends who have etched their names in the annals of this sport. Get ready to discover the stories of success, challenges, and emotions that have shaped the world of football, from small clubs that achieved big dreams to giants of the game who inspired generations. Every great club has an origin story, a moment of foundation that shaped its identity and culture. We will delve into the roots of these clubs, exploring the historical and social context of their emergence. Who founded these clubs? What were the motivations and dreams that brought them together around this sport? We will discover how these clubs transformed from small groups of enthusiasts into giant sports institutions. We will review their journey through time, from the early years of establishment through their gradual rise in the ranks, the challenges they faced and the victories they achieved, to their current status as football icons. We will focus on the values and principles that distinguish each club, those elements that have shaped its identity over the years. Is it the fighting spirit? Is it the elegance in performance? Is it the loyalty to its roots? We will also explore the factors that contributed to building the reputation of each club. Is it the achievements on the field? Is it the commitment to the community? Is it the ability to attract the best players? We will tell stories of sacrifice, dedication, and hard work, those elements that help these clubs achieve success. By the end of this episode, you will have gained a deeper understanding of the historical and cultural roots of these clubs, and will be ready to discover their exceptional achievements. In this episode, we highlight the moments that transform these clubs into legends. We will talk about the championships, the records, and the historic victories that etch the names of these clubs in football history. We'll start with the domestic championships, those that establish the status of these clubs in their countries. How many times has each club won the league title? Who are their biggest rivals throughout history? We will review the decisive final matches, the legendary goals, and the unforgettable dramatic moments. Next, we move on to continental tournaments where the best clubs compete in exciting encounters. We will focus on the UEFA Champions League, the most important club competition in the world. We will review the journey of these clubs in the tournament, from the preliminary rounds to the final match. Who are the champions who lifted the trophy with the big ears? What obstacles did they overcome on their road to glory? We will conclude this episode by talking about global tournaments such as the FIFA Club World Cup, where the best clubs from around the world compete. We will review the achievements of these clubs in this tournament and how they contributed to strengthening their position as giants of world football. Behind every great club stands a group of exceptional players who contributed to writing its history. In this episode, we celebrate the legends of these clubs and review their football careers and lasting legacies. We will start by talking about the strikers who scored the decisive goals and brought joy to the fans. Who are the all-time top scorers for each club? What are the unforgettable goals they scored? How did they contribute to winning championships? Next, we move on to the midfielders, the magicians of the pitch who led attacks and controlled the rhythm of the game. Who are the best playmakers in the history of these clubs? How did they influence their team's playing style? What are the crucial passes they provided? We cannot forget the defenders, the guardians of the goal who fiercely repelled opponents' attacks. Who are the best defenders in the history of these clubs? How did they contribute to keeping clean sheets for their teams? What are the legendary interventions they made? Finally, we come to the goalkeepers, the last line of defense, who bravely defended their team's goal. Who are the best goalkeepers in the history of these clubs? What are the incredible saves they made? How did they contribute to achieving victories? We will conclude this episode by talking about the impact these players had on their fans. How did they become symbols of the club? How did they inspire future generations? Fans have always been an integral part of the magic of football, and these clubs have loyal fans around the world. In this episode, we explore the close relationship between these clubs and their fans and how this relationship has impacted football culture. We will begin by highlighting the history of fan groups and how they emerged and how they've evolved over the years. What are the most famous songs and chants that characterize each club? How do these songs and chants reflect the culture of the fans? We will also review the most prominent cheering styles that distinguish each club. Is it the giant flags? Is it the fireworks? Is it the group dances? We will talk about how social media has contributed to connecting these clubs with their fans around the world. How do fans interact with their favorite club online? How have these platforms contributed to spreading the club's culture? We will conclude this episode by talking about the social and cultural impact of these clubs on their local communities. How have these clubs contributed to fostering a sense of belonging? How have these clubs become a symbol of national identity? From their humble beginnings to their global reach, these clubs have become more than just football teams. They have become symbols of excellence, cultural icons, and an integral part of the fabric of their communities. Their sporting legacy will continue to inspire future generations of players and coaches, and their values and principles will continue to influence the culture of football. Share your thoughts. Which of these clubs is your favorite? And what are your unforgettable moments from the history of this club?